Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. In today's video, we are going to be continuing My Hero Academia Vows of Vengeance, What If Deku Was a Monster, Part 5. As always, if you're new to the channel or if you're a regular and you like what we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has come out now and in the future. Also, if you haven't, make sure you go watch the previous installments of this series so you can be fully caught up as we're going to just hop right into today's story. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Following the USJ attack, the students of Class 1A would be sent home, as the school would have to take some time off to go through the investigation, trying to figure out how the villains could have known their location, and just how they were able to find their way into the facility. As many of the students recovered, both Claire and Izuku had a lot on their minds. For Claire, it was the fact that she had come into contact with her brother after all these years. Just what had he been up to in all this time? How far had he fallen into the darkness to actually be associated with a gang of villains? But then there was also Izuku. It wasn't just that he had transformed into his monstrous state, but that his monstrous state had yet another transformation? Just how on earth had he turned into that monstrous rabbit form? Of course, when Izuku finally came to, he had no recollection of what had happened, but when he heard about it, he almost couldn't believe that he was even capable of that kind of strength. And what was even more shocking was learning of the fact that Nomu was built specifically to kill All Might. If he was able to kill something like that, then was there more to his inner power than he had given it credit for? Both Claire and Izuku needed answers. Before going back to school, they would stop by the abandoned junkyard where Alien was waiting. It was the only place he could wait, in case anyone ever bought his coin stem. Of course, he was shocked to see both Claire and Izuku, but he was happy to know that they still remembered him and thought to come by. He had seen what had happened on the news, and he wanted to know that they were okay. Of course, they were fine, but they had questions. Izuku wanted to know just what it was about this transformation. He understood how he got his power with fire breathing. After all, it's what he used his coin on. But the power that was given to him by his father, the power that his father used his coin for, this monster transformation, what exactly was it? Well, that's actually tough to answer, Alien would say. Your father wanted you to be turned into something that could protect you. He showed me a plush of that little stuffed bear you had as a child, and the coin gave you a transformation accordingly. Yeah, but how does he turn into a suit? Claire would say. I mean, look, when he transforms, there's nothing inside of him. I mean, I've been able to walk inside and I can use the suit myself, but we had a problem. A problem, you say? Yeah. The suit, I didn't just turn into the suit. The suit actually grew on me and I was in my own suit. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like I was inside of my own self. But I didn't have any control. That is curious. I know for a fact that the suit that you turn into, while it does grant you an enormous amount of power, it's not just a suit for you, Izuku. It's not? No. Your suit also acts as a form of protection, a way of bonding. You see, whenever Claire is inside of you, you both become one. Your powers, your thoughts, your actions, they all become in sync with one another. And in doing so, you're able to reach a power far greater than either of you could on your own. But if you said you were able to manifest the suit over yourself, then it means that your power might have been able to evolve. Evolve? Is that even a thing? All you do is grant power through transformation. What more could come from that? Well, my people, the power of transformation that we possess, we're ever-evolving creatures, Izuku. It's not just us turning into one form. We take that one form and we try to bring out its absolute best and potential. For example, look at me. I'm nothing more but in a human transformation. But do you think that it'll stop here? No. I plan to see just how far I can take the human physiology, to truly bring it out to its full limits, becoming more than human. Precisely. And with the power that you've been given, these transformations, there's more to it than that. The best way I could describe it, when I give out power, when I give out transformation, you could say that it's like I'm planting a seed. Now sure, the seed will sprout and it'll start to grow and you'll get a plant. But that plant can become so much more, Izuku. A seed, it becomes a sapling. The sapling, it becomes the roots. It grows into a tree. But that tree, it can grow larger. It can spread branches. It can grow leaves and fruits and other sorts of things. It can become so much more than the seed it started out as. So yes, your powers will start out as what they are, how you've perceived them. But the more you use them, the more you grow, the more you come to understand them, the more your power can evolve. Until eventually you become something entirely unique. You take your power to the ultimate level, to the next form. That is the power I give. You could say that, in terms, it's what quirks truly are. And the more people marry, the more people have children, the more those quirks continue to change and grow over time. Quirk singularity, Izuku would say. Exactly! But isn't that a bad thing? I mean, the more powerful quirks that get born into this world, the more unstable they'll become. Well, that's just a thought. But that's only if you have no faith at all. I like to believe that humanity can grow, not just in terms of your physical strength, but in terms of your understanding. You have the capability to become so much more than you already are. It's just a matter of you having that faith to take a chance. While Izuku and Claire had gotten some answers, they were still having much more on their minds. A lot more that they needed to figure out. At the same time, All Might was dealing with some anxiety of his own. He had recently thought he had found someone who would be worthy of taking One for All, but now he had a reason to pause for thought. It was the matter of the students in Class 1A. There was Todoroki in his power, Bakugo in his potential. There were a lot of students who showed promise. There was Tenya Ida. There was that kid, Izuku Midoriya. And then her. His mind found itself thinking of Claire. Her power and ability was so unique, unlike anything he had ever seen. And yet even more so, there was the fact that she looked so much like her, like his master. Was this a sign? For now, he would keep the power to himself. He had just wanted to think about it a bit more, to let things play out a bit more, and to see where his final answer would truly lie. The sports festival would be a good chance to see just where his next successor could come from. As the students would be informed of the sports festival, the time to prepare had come for them. Of course, for Izuku and for Claire, while they were continuing in their training, trying to get the mastery over the power that they had, they still had to continue their search for the coins. One day after school, Izuku and Claire met privately in a stairwell, as they had to discuss what they were going to do next. "What's up, Izuku?" "Claire, the radar. It's got something." "No way. What does it have?" Izuku would show the radar to Claire. "It's somewhere in this vicinity. It's gonna be near where the sports festival is being held." "I see. So when do you want to go there and check it out?" "There's a lot of security there right now. You know it's going to be especially high after what happened at the USJ. Even if we're students, we're not just going to be able to roam free wherever we want." "Yeah, you have a point. And we can't just let anyone know what we're up to." "Exactly. I don't know when and I don't know how. But during the events of the sports festival, we're going to have to try to make a search. This is the first of the 12 coins. If we can find them and get them to Alien, we can get them off the planet a lot sooner." "Yeah. Also," "What?" "I don't know. Do you think we should..." "No," Izuku would say. "If what Alien said was true, there's more to our power than meets the eye. There's so much we don't even understand about ourselves. If we get greedy and we try to take all of it, I don't know what we would become. I don't even think we'd be human anymore." "Yeah, you're probably right. Let's do this." However, unknown to the two, someone was watching them. From around the corner of the stairwell, a boy whose head had the form of a camera was watching and listening closely as he immediately left the school building. The boy's name was Ikeuchi. While he seemed like an unassuming student from class 1D, a boy with a mildly impressive quirk. What many didn't know was that his power was not really a quirk at all. It was actually a power gifted to him through the power of a coin. Ikeuchi had been a member of the Collectors. How he got involved with such a group, honestly, he didn't really know. Maybe he was swayed by the words of their leader. Maybe he believed that there was need for a change in this society. At the behest of his master, he enrolled in UA and remained in hiding. In a way to remain inconspicuous, but to be a man on the inside. Since after all, there was no telling if the coins could ever make themselves known in any given location. Plus, with the resources that UA had, maybe it could lead to some valuable information being gained on the inside. Ikeuchi would race through the city, before eventually finding himself on the outskirts at an abandoned warehouse, where a group was held, as a man with frizzy hair and wide eyes, and a large poofy afro, was speaking to all that congregated around him. Settle down, my brothers and sisters." Everyone would be quiet in attention as their leader, Madoka, spoke. "I know how you all feel. I promise you, I feel the exact same. Because I understand your circumstances. Many of you are powerless. Many of you think that your power may not be any good. There are many of you who are looking for something different in this society. For too long, we have been kept down and under because of the fact that we live in a day and age where our so-called heroes, the ones that you entrust to protect you, only what happens when you can't pay the piper? Oh, then suddenly you are nothing more but an inconvenience. You see, society tries to make you believe that there are heroes and that there are villains, but I promise you that there are neither. They're all a part of the same poisonous fruit from the same poisonous tree. The heroes and the villains, good and evil, they chase after one another like cats and dogs. It's like chasing the wind, trying to grab it and hold it. It's all an illusion, my friends. They simply want to keep you down. They want to keep you down because they fear you. Those who are a part of the hero committee. Why is it that the people who have no power think that they have the right to speak over you? How your power should be used? Many of you have gifts. Gifts that are treated like a curse. You can't use your quirk in public. You can't use your power in public. Well, who gave them the right to decide that? It's only one man, and that's the man above. You see, we were blessed with power from beyond this world. You all know the truth as well as I. You've all come to me, and have I not? Have I withheld anything good from you? No. My brothers and my sisters, please listen to me. I have foreseen the future, and I know what is to come. Do not look to heroes or to villains. Do not look to All Might, the symbol of peace. That's what he is called. That's what you're supposed to believe. And yet, when the time comes, when you're in danger, when you need help, you are not to defend yourself. They tell you to wait on the hero. Well, tell me, who was there in Hosu 2 years ago when that fire came, destroyed the apartment? Families, children, they all died. But where was your symbol of peace? Your symbol of peace was nowhere, because he was off in another part of the world, gallivanting, hot dogging, and grandstanding. He gets out to the public, and he cries his crocodile tears. He says, I wish that I could be there for you all, but I am only one man. I can only do so much as one man. I will not give you excuses. I promise results. I promise you, the time will come when there will no longer be a need for heroes or villains. The time will come when this world, it will be changed into a new era. My collectors, you have been fast at work, providing me these precious coins. And I promise you that the power within, I will reveal to you all. I will share with you this power. I will share with you from the grand source in which I feed. And when that time comes, my brothers and my sisters, we will rise into a new age. The people in the crowd would cheer and roar at Madoka's words. The leader of the collectors, a charismatic enigma, all in one. A force unlike anything the world has ever seen. A man who promised to wipe away the tyranny of the hero and villain society. A world that would be free to those to use their power as they see fit. Do not be deceived, my brothers and my sisters. They want to pin you all against one another. Whether it be hero or villain, it makes no difference. Believe in me, and I promise you, you will be free. You will see the truth. You will see the light. Have faith in your power. Have faith in your comrade that stands beside you. I promise you soon at hand. You will not need to look to the sky. You will not need to call out. You will not need to hear those blasphemous words of "I am here." No, you will not have to wait, because I promise you, your salvation has arrived. Madoka walked down from the platform, the people cheering and roaring in approval as Ikeuchi would rush towards him. "Settle down, my young one. I see that you're in quite a hurry. How have you been doing at your schooling?" I have news, Madoka." "Oh, really?" Ikeuchi would use his camera form showing the photo of the boy and girl, explaining he overheard what they were saying and talking about, and this filled Madoka with great satisfaction. "So there's only 12 left. Boy, and the hour is soon at hand. Only 12 more, and you say they have a radar. Well, that speeds up the process nicely. I think I'll have to pay our extraterrestrial friend a visit to make sure things are on the up and up. In the meantime, I want you to keep tabs on these young ones. I don't want you to get in any trouble, but have no fear, because I promise you will be protected under me. We need to make sure we get our hands on this device, because I can feel it. I can feel it deep within my soul that a new day is soon at hand. Oh, this is good news. I think the sports festival will be a nice day for me to take a stroll. Now, let's not make haste. Let's go to work." Soon, the day of the sports festival would be at hand. Izuku and the rest of the members of Class 1A, sporting their sport track uniforms, would all be gathered together. Mr. Aizawa, along with President Mike, would be in the commentator section, while the hero Midnight would be leading the affair. Many heroes were gathered from all over, All Might sitting in his own private booth, as well as other prominent heroes all gathered in attendance. The students would all file out to the center of the arena. Izuku's mother was even amongst the crowd, as she wanted to cheer for both Izuku and Claire in person. She felt it was the least she could do. As everyone had been gathered together, Midnight would go through the proceedings, as the rules and the events for the sports festival would be explained. The first was going to be a race around the stadium, with a special track with a few surprises along the way. Izuku and Claire stood side by side, the both of them having smiles. They were actually looking forward to this, to see what they could truly do and be capable of. Claire had gotten permission to use her talismans for the sports festival, since it was really the only effective way her power could be used. However, Mr. Aizawa warned she could only use the talismans she brought with her. That meant she couldn't have any more given once the exam started, as she sported her utility belt around her uniform that carried her paper talismans, a batch on each side, a total of 50. She figured 50 should be able to get her through all three events. Izuku wished her good luck, but Claire commented that they didn't need it. After all, they were going to kill these exams. Everyone gathered together as they waited outside of the doorway, as the start of the sports festival were underway for the world to see. This concludes My Hero Academia, Vows of Vengeance. What if Deku was a monster? Part 5. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we continue ReZero Avatar Lost. What if Aang was in ReZero? Season 1, Part 3. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.